MTT11 is all about the harmonic minor scale, and then we're going to look at some intervals as well. Okay, so in the previous week's MTT10, we learnt about two different types of minor scale. We heard that there was a natural minor scale and a harmonic minor scale, and we looked mainly at the natural minor scale. Now we're going to take a closer look at the harmonic minor. So let's read about this. The harmonic minor scale is the same as the natural minor scale, except that the pitch of the 7th degree, so the 7th note in the scale, is raised by a semitone. Okay? This means that there is a wide interval of a tone plus a semitone between the 6th and 7th degrees of the harmonic minor scale, and semitones between the 2nd and 3rd, 5th and 6th, and 7th and 8th degrees. So that sounds a bit confusing. Let's just have a look at it. So here's the A harmonic minor scale. So we can see here that we've got, starts with the tonic A, and then we've got a tone to B, that's the same, a semitone to C, a tone to D, another tone to E. And then we've got our next semitone to F. Okay, now all of that was the same as the natural minor so far, but what's changed here is our 7th. We can see that now the 7th has been raised a semitone. We've got a sharp on it, we've sharpened it, so that's raised one semitone. So now the interval between the 6th and 7th, it's not a tone or a semitone, it's actually a tone and a half. It's 3 semitones higher. It's a tone plus a semitone. So from F to G sharp, that's a bigger interval than we've seen before in a scale. So that's gone up, and then we've got a semitone here. So now we've we've got a situation where we've got 3 semitone intervals in this scale, and one of the intervals is really big. It's a tone and a half. Okay, so this again has a very different sound to it, to the major or the natural minor. So, and it's the same going down, so it's just all the same but in reverse as this, a mirror image. Okay, in every harmonic minor scale, this tone semitone pattern is the same. So every single harmonic minor scale will look the same, will have the same pattern of tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone and a half, semitone. Okay, let's get on with it. Raise the 7th degree by a semitone each time to change these scales from A natural minor to A harmonic minor. So here we've got a natural minor scale. To make it into a harmonic minor scale, we need to sharpen or raise the 7th note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a G sharp. That's a G. We need to make it into a G sharp. So now that is a harmonic minor. The same here. Our 7th, be careful, it's not, our 7th isn't here now. Because it's coming down, we're going to go from here. That's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, G sharp. So that's the 7th note there. And then write a 1 octave A harmonic minor scale in minims going down. So going down, we want to start at the top. Our A, great big dog's fight, always in minims. Okay. And then I'm going to let you finish that off because I don't want to do everything for you. Okay, turning over. Now, we're looking at intervals here. And we're looking mainly at major and minor thirds. So we know about a couple of intervals already because we know that we know about the interval of a semitone. That's the smallest interval you can get, smallest distance between two notes. A tone is 2 semitones. We've got a tone and a half. That's another interval, a bit bigger. It's the same as 3 semitones. Now we're looking at thirds. So we've got a major third and a minor third. In grade 1, you learnt that an interval means the distance between 2 notes. Just to remind you, here are 2 intervals of a third. So we've got here an interval of a third, and thirds always look like this, where you've got a space and then the next space up, or it might be a line and the next line up. Okay, these are both thirds. Although they are both thirds, there is a small but important difference. It's a little like tea and coffee, apparently. They're both drinks, but different kinds. Okay, fair enough. For grade 2, you need to know the difference between a major third and a minor third and label them like this. So they don't look much different, do they? But apparently this is a major third and this is a minor third. Well, why is that? Well, we need to actually look at what the notes are. So using facing space, F, A, C, so that's a C and that's an E. So from C to E, if you imagine the keyboard, from C to E, how many semitones has that gone up? Well, from C to E, so C to C sharp is 1, to D is 2, and then D sharp is 3, and then to E finally is 4 semitones. Okay, it's much easier to see this on a keyboard. You can count the semitones. So from C to E is 4 semitones. C, C, C sharp, D, D sharp. C to C sharp is 1 semitone. Then to C sharp to D is 2 semitones. D to D sharp is 3, and then D sharp to E is 4 semitones. So that's that. Then looking at this, so a major third is 4 semitones. Okay, a minor third that's F A C, A to C. A to C, you've got A to A sharp is 1 semitone. A sharp to B is 2 semitones, and then B to C is 3 semitones. So there's only 3 semitones between in a minor third. So that's the difference. Let's have a look. I think they're going to show us the same thing as I've just tried to show you, but a bit better. So in major keys, there is always an interval of a major third between the first and third degree of the scale. So between the first and third, we've got C, which is C to D is a tone, and D to E is a tone. So that's 2 tones from the first and the third, and that's the same as 4 semitones, isn't it? Okay, and so that's the major third there, from the C to the E. Major third, 4 semitones or 2 tones, however you want to look at it. In minor keys, there is always an interval of a minor third between the first and third degrees of the scale. So you can see from A to C, you've got a tone between A and B, but only a semitone between B and C. So that's a tone plus a semitone, that's 3 semitones, okay? So that's a minor. So the different interval between a first and third degrees of major and minor scales is part of the reason that they have a different character. They sound very different. So put that into practice now. You're going to be tested. So we've got question 1. Label the following scales, then write the first and third degrees of each scale as an interval and name it. So there's 3 things to do. First of all, name the scale. So they've done that for you. They've looked at the first note. The tonic is A, so it's going to be A major or minor. But we know this is an A minor, natural minor scale, because we should recognize that by now. And then between the first and the third is a minor third, okay? We know that because it's 3 semitones. A to C is only 3 semitones. Okay, so let's try and do that for this one. What note does it start and end on? It's F, and it ends on an F. So it's going to be F something. And do you recognize this from last time? It has 1 flat, so that's going to be an F major scale. And it's going up. And then you want to write the first and the third as a kind of interval here, a chord here. And is this a major third or a minor third? Well, the clue really is in the title of the scale. It's going to be major third, isn't it? But we can just check. An F to an A, how many semitones is that? So F to G is a tone, and G to A is a tone. So that's 2 tones, that's 4 semitones, so that's a major third. Okay, do the same here. Look at the first note and the last note. Look at what those are, and we've got an F sharp key signature, accidental. So that should give us a clue as to what the key is. And write the first and the third here, and is that going to be major or minor? Circle the major thirds. So we're looking for major thirds. So you've got to know what your notes are here. Bass clef, A to C. Hopefully you're getting the hang of this so far. A to C is not major, that's minor. That's A to C, same thing. C to E, is that major or minor? It's major, so I'm going to circle that. C to E is four semitones or 2 tones. G to B is also. So I've done that for you. You can do this one yourself, okay? And the last question, is the distance between a major third larger or smaller than a minor third? Well, we know a major third is 4 semitones, and minor third is only 3 semitones, so work that out for yourself. Okay, so that is the end of MTT 11.